Looks like we're live. I'm waiting for YouTube to actually confirm that we're live. And we are live. Hey everybody, welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. I'm your host with the most, Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. And welcoming you to our lunch stream where we bring you something fun to listen to during the day as we talk shop about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We're glad to have you guys aboard. If you're new to this and wondering what this is, it's just fun. Excuse me. We're just here to have fun. So,
oh god, Ranger's got the corona.
Oh no, it's just I drink some water.
And he gave it to all of us.
Oh god, it's spreading through the webs.
The dark side is a pathway. No, I'm gonna have to say that. But speaking of coronavirus, make sure you guys are washing your hands, social distancing, all that stuff. Let's look out for one another. Make sure you say hi in chat. We like to shout out everybody. So if you're in the chat, say hi, give a greeting, whip out your pickles, do whatever you need to do. But when we're doing the show, we have fun. We'll answer your questions. So if you have questions that you'd like to pose to us, all you need to do is put those in chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and we will get to those. We're going to do mod depression, like always. I mean, I suffer through mod depression. It's an everyday occurrence. We're going to do a Ross review. We've got Belrit Papi Chulo here with us. That's your cue to say hi, Belrit Papi Chulo. And he's not there.
Hello.
Finally. Okay.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
Yes. So we'll be doing that. Joining us is we got the crew with us. We've got Dr. Finn Medicine Woman.
Howdy, peoples.
And we've also got Grim the Mechanic.
And Teeking.
And what?
Did it work, Finn? Okay, let me explain this to you, Ranger. There was a character in one of our playthroughs on Twitch when we were doing the new DLC for Borderlands 3 where people were cursed in this one town, and one guy's curse was you couldn't say a certain word to him, otherwise he'd stiffen up like a plank and fall over. And guess what the word was? Antiquing. And the dude would fall over. So it was hilarious.
And it was a complete guess, too. Don't forget about that. Grimm's character was just like, what the hell? Let me give it a shot. Antiquing. And he just fell over like a board. It was utterly ridiculous.
So anyway, moving on past that. This is random stuff, man. That's what we do on RSG. But welcome to our Taco Tuesday. Also, we have fun while we're doing it. We have lots of sound bits that you can get if you're subscribed over on Twitch. You can play sound bits and do bits with funny little soundboard things. You can do super chat and do fun stuff there. We've got all kind of emojis, things like that are in the chat that you guys can get to. So make sure you say hello. Man, that water really went down the wrong pipe. And we will shout you out here in a few minutes. We're glad to have you guys aboard as we continue on our epic journey of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I know the big news yesterday. I was hanging out actually on the Twitch with Cubs while he was doing his GAC and was watching. And then I think Bill, you popped in or somebody popped in from the RSG crew and was like, they just took the test accounts away. And I watched Cubs, look at it live and say, yeah, they're gone. And I was like, oh, snap. And there's videos on that. So I don't really know what the hell CG's thinking, man. We've never had a test account. We never wanted one. Could have been something we got our hands on, but we were kind of like, no. But it's really weird. I'm trying to understand CG's thinking with this, right? I've never understood, they got rid of the Game Changer program, which I never understood. And they've, now they've done this, and I just don't understand it. And I think Mobile Gamer, he's in my guild. I was watching his video. He made a great point about it. It's like, they're the critics, and CG's the movie maker, right? You have to have a relationship with these folks. Sometimes they're going to give you positive reviews, and sometimes they're going to get negative reviews, right? So that's not going to change because you take away the test accounts. I don't understand CG's mentality when it comes to this game.
I think there was more to it than just that, though.
I'm sure there is, but I mean, there's been no communication for it, so then we're left speculating, right? And
I think it pertains to some NDAs that might have been violated or something.
We don't know that.
So.
You can't say that, Graham, because you don't know, right? So none of
Yeah,
us
I don't know. I'm just saying that sounds more likely than just them taking it away for no reason,
But there's no communication given to them why they were taken away, other than they're just going to look to maybe changing the thing in the future. That's not really communication, right? That's just a blanket statement that doesn't really address any issues that they have. If it was an NDA violation or something like that, why not communicate that, right? And that was not communicated. I just think it's a bad move, man. You know, CG, I mean, you guys have an image problem. Right, we love your game, man. That's why we stream this game, and the main thing that we love about the game is the community. Right, there are things about this game that we all have different things that we like and enjoy, and some things that we just hate, right, or don't like the way you're doing it. I think it's hate's a strong word. Sometimes it could be hate, but that we're just displeased about. You have to get thick skin. You're in the gaming world, man. You know, I mean, there's going to be stuff that you're going to do that people are really going to enjoy, and there's going to be stuff that just doesn't hit. And if you listen to it and take the constructive criticism, I'm not talking about the trolls and stuff that just say the most ridiculous crap, but if you listen to constructive criticism about what people are thinking about your product, you know, and use it as a positive thing to make your game better, right? There's nothing wrong with that. If the game changers in the community are telling you this new event with the new Galactic Legends missed, take that as something to look at, say, okay, what can we do to improve, right? And I just think that they're missing the mark on this completely.
They probably are, but here's kind of the greater overall question, right? And I just want to be frank about it. I like the content that a lot of these guys make, and I will watch it. It's just I have a hard time watching a lot of content because there is so much, right? But I'll watch stuff by Mobile, Arnold, Cubs, Skelterix when he does his raid videos, right? But let's just be frank about it. How many videos have we seen over the last few months claiming that the game is dying? How many times have we seen a video saying that the game is dead? How many times have we seen a video where nothing is but negative content, negative feedback about everything CG does? And it's not that they aren't deserving of it, right? I personally try to be objective, and I know that sometimes they do negative things to the game, right? But all they are doing is getting so much negative publicity from these videos from people that are using their beta account, right? Or their test account. So what exactly is the benefit from CG's perspective in giving them access to these test accounts? From the community perspective, it's like, yay, we can see some of this content. We can understand what's going on. But if every single time they do anything, there are videos going out about how the game is dying, how they're making the wrong decision, how they're failing in this aspect, they're failing in this aspect. Because they are. I'm not saying that it isn't true.
No, not because they are. Because they're not communicating with these guys.
But that has been the case for what,
right,
like
but you can't
a year?
But you can't sit there and put out something and have these guys have this access and then leave them to the wind.
Exactly, and that's why they cut their access, right? Like, just think about it for a second. If I'm giving you something for free, right? I'm not communicating anything, but I'm giving something to you for free, and all I am hearing is negative feedback. Almost every single, I would say probably close to about 60% of the videos have been negative, right?
And it's higher than that.
It's not that CG is not deserving of it, right? But I think you would admit, Ranger, most of the feedback about CG lately has been completely negative, whether it's about the communication, whether it's about the content that's coming to the game, whether it's the decisions they're making, it doesn't matter, right? Their communication has been poor since the beginning of the game, right? Their communication with the game changers has been poor for a year. They've had access to these free accounts for their entire time as a game changer, and all they're getting now is negative feedback on everything, and including all the videos that are coming out are negative. So what is the reason for CG to even give them the access to these accounts?
Oh, I don't know, but
all they're getting is negative over and over again.
Sure, but that's CG's fault. That's not the game changers' fault, right? I mean, see, the game changers are just
the game changers are being honest. Yeah,
you know, they're just being honest, right?
Well,
so,
but from CG's perspective, what is the point? Like, why am I giving you access to these things?
That's the point. CG has their head up their ass about this. Because if you're going to give people access to stuff, your best bet is to talk to them about it, right? And get that feedback ahead of time. I still don't understand why they don't do this.
Yes.
You know,
that is completely true.
You know, I don't understand it. You know, if they want to take away, that's fine. It's their game. It's their access, right? But I just think, again, they keep stepping on themselves when they do this
They do.
stuff.
They do make a lot of poor decisions. And we comment on the poor decisions ourselves, right? It's not that we are immune to having negative feedback about CG. They have made a lot of poor decisions. But I'm saying from the perspective of CG, right? Their communication has been poor. Their communication probably always will be poor. They have basically stopped the Game Changer program. We've heard it from Warrior. We've heard it from T Money. Like, they have this channel that they talk to the devs, and they don't even respond in there anymore, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
You know that you're not getting any feedback from them. So asking for communication at this point is a moot point. Like, you need to go in with the assumption that CG is not going to communicate. So with the basis that CG is not going to communicate, right, they have access to these test accounts. And it isn't that as a community, again, for a community, it makes a lot of sense for us to have somebody with access to a test account because it gives us access to things that we want to see. That's why I've been in favor of the Game Changer program to begin with, because when it was originally there, they would get content early, they would be able to promote it, they'd be able to show the players kind of what to expect. Now, negating the fact that sometimes they were given misinformation and that kind of sucked on their parts, but the overall fact was that it did serve a purpose for the community. But thinking it from CG's perspective, right? CG doesn't want to communicate with anyone. We want them to change that. They're not changing it, right? But they don't want to communicate with anyone. So from their perspective, why am I giving you a test account?
Sure, and that's fine. But I mean, if you think that the negativity is going to stop, in fact, it's only going to get worse, because when people, I mean, if you make, again, Mobile Gamer made a good point. If you make a great product, people will sing your praises. If you make a great movie, you know, sure, there may be some people that criticize it negatively, but the vast majority of people will give you a positive review on it, right?
Yeah, but also positive reviews don't generate clicks and views on YouTube.
Well, they can.
No, that's
not
true. That's not true, Graham. I mean, it's how you structure it, right? Because you can not get clicks on negative stuff either, right? Now, you're all right. The trend is a lot of times negative will get more views overall, but
I mean, I hate to say it that way, but sometimes, I mean, here recently it's seemed like people are putting out videos, you know, complaining about CG when they said it 2 videos ago. And the last 2 videos were them complaining and nothing positive about it. There was no constructive criticism in there. It was just like CG's trash type crap. You know?
There's 2 sides to that though, Graham. And it's not that you're wrong. I agree with you. Lately, a lot of the videos have been negative, and people have been going towards that, right? But here's the underlying problem: people look for videos that match their own mentality. It's not that negative is getting more views. It's that right now the sentiment in the community is negative. So people seek out negative videos because it helps to feed their own opinions and give them justification, right? People do this with everything, right? You come up with an opinion, and most people will find content, whether it's in the news, whether it's research, whatever it is, right? You come up with this hypothesis in your head and you will look for research in order to justify it. And that's why right now a lot of the videos are negative and getting so many hits. It's just because people are in a down state in this game, and it's sad. Yeah, I don't think that I don't want to generalize it just saying negative videos get more views. I think negative videos get more views for this particular game because the sentiment is so negative right now.
Because of what CG has done. And I'm going to push back over. There's the criticisms, have a lot of them have been constructive. It's not just that, you know, CG's, you know, there is constructive criticism that comes from some of the people that do YouTube and stuff. So it's not like it's just all negative, and there's reasons for that. But you know, Cuz made a great point that the community was already negative about this event, whether they had made videos about this or not, right? You can go to the forums and you can go to Reddit. Now, that's not a majority, but you know, when you start talking to people, you know, people that don't even post in the forums, and I hear from different types of people as well, it's just bad. I mean, you like the whole, for instance, the whole rock paper scissors thing. I mean, your initial reaction to that is like, this is what we've been waiting for. I remember Finn's reaction, right? That's just a natural reaction. It's just, it sucks, right? There's things that, like, we try to be positive. I mean, there's things in here where when CG gets stuff right, we give them high praise. But when they mess up, I mean, I'm more harsh than most, but I'm going to let them have it, right? Especially because the amount of money being spent in this game. I demand. Oh no! Just a tip.
John 99 cheered. X 125.
James.
Good timing.
I think CG has to get over themselves, right? You're going to take hits.
John 99 cheered.
No, but I think
100.
it's the problem has been CG has not been listening to the community.
No.
You just
That's right, McVenom.
Just hush.
But I think the problem is that they haven't been listening to the community for a while, right? And now people are getting frustrated with it. They're seeing decisions made by CG without any kind of communication. And it gets frustrating after a while. And it's starting to get to that boiling point. Yeah. I really hope what Arnold said is true, because he said it in the kind of the collab video I think he posted earlier today with mobile, which was that they didn't talk to him about it, but he's really hoping that they're kind of revamping everything. They're creating a new program, something to basically give them the access back. They pulled it, and this is just a temporary thing that they just haven't communicated because they just, for whatever reason, can't communicate it, right? And there's a chance that they can't communicate it because similar to whoever is part of that program needing an NDA, there's probably an NDA between CG and EA may be trying to redo the Game Changer program, but they need to have people into NDAs for that, so they can't release it to the public. You have stuff with Lucas, you have stuff with Disney. It's hard to know exactly what's going on, right? But if you just look at it, CG doesn't really have a reason right now to give them testing. No. Because of everything that's been happening. Yeah, and it looks bad to the community because it looks like they're pulling it because they're negative, and that is what it looks like, and that probably is what it is to some extent. And that goes but there may still be something better.
That goes back to the communication. See, here's the thing. When things go well for a game and you're not communicating, it's fine, right? Everybody's happy, kumbaya, right? But when it's negative, right, and you're not communicating, it just leaves this festering feeling, right? And when you're not communicating, when things go bad and you're not communicating, that's when you need to be communicating the most. You know, when things are going well, you just like say thank you and thank you for, you know, supporting us, and you move on. But when it's negative, you need to be out there addressing the issues. When you don't address the issues, it leads people to wonder what the hell is going on. And when people pay the amount of money, I mean, if you've not listened to Cubs with the Wells, you should. The amount of money those, like one guy has spent over $100,000 in this game. You know, that person I think kind of deserves a lot better communication than he's receiving. I mean, someone that's invested that kind of money in the game, and they've got the discretionary income, and they could do it, and they enjoy doing it, and you know they're trying to be supportive of the game. But I mean, it's you know. It's one of those things that you expect a company to do. And it's not easy, but you still have to do it. And if you don't, then you get what you get. And CG has made their own bed with this stuff. You know,
well, I don't think it's mostly CG's fault in that part, because I mean, remember this is also
baloney.
Well, remember this is also part an EA game.
We don't.
They do have a dude
EA is separate
from FIFA.
EA
running
right. Listen, we can talk
senior
about,
producer.
Right, we can talk about EA, but CG,
but I mean,
before EA bought them, has had communications problems. So. You know, if communication had been really good, Grim, and then EA came along and all of a sudden it started being shitty.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, this has been a thing that.
But what I'm saying is, they seem to be taking the same stance they did with FIFA, whereas you pay us money, we don't talk to you. Just pay us more money.
It's just a mentality.
And here's a couple more packs for you.
I mean, you know, there's just an expectation. People, you know, and mainly the reason this game is still being successful is two reasons. It's a Star Wars IP, and the second thing is the community. That's it, because the community is so strong about this game. But CG's gonna have to learn their lesson. Get thick skin. You know, if you can learn how to filter out the noise of just the ass clowns saying stupid stuff that you just ignore. It's hard sometimes. I mean, sometimes someone will say something to me. 95% of the time, I'm going to ignore you. Like, okay, you're an idiot. But they'll just say that one thing that will piss me off. I'm like, listen, and that's going to happen. But you take out that crap, and then you look at the comments, and people saying, I didn't like this, and I didn't like this because this. And then they give, and I see a lot of posts and stuff, people offering solutions, right? You know, or offering their help. That's the crazy thing about this. The community is just thirsty to do whatever it can to improve the game and give good constructive feedback. And, you know, CG doesn't, whether they're listening or not, I have no idea because they don't communicate that, you know, and nothing exemplifies this more than when we do their Q&A sessions. You know,
I honestly believe there are employees at CG that do want to make the game better and want to communicate, probably like Top Hat or SB Crumb, but they're held back by Mark Dickinson.
It could be. We don't know the intricacies of...
They were held back even before that.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the new ownership. They might change their business model to what Grim is saying about FIFA, but to what Ranger's saying. The communication has been a problem since the beginning of the game, even before CG Carry. And for those of you guys that remember, Cozy Spoon was not the best of the communication liaisons, right? She was fun as hell for us because all she did was be snarky with every single comment, and it was fun to read, right? But it provided no information. They've had a communication problem since the beginning of the game. Carrie, in some ways, actually resolved that because she went outside of her role to communicate, and people didn't like her honesty and got mad at her, which is understandable, right? But they were still communicating. And but
they communicated like 1,000% more than they used to
Mm-hmm.
when she was around.
But she wasn't supposed to be the one to do it.
No.
And that's why she burned out and left. And so now you have some new ownership, and it's all basically the same thing. So this has been happening on for a long time. I don't want to place it on any one particular person. It is a structural, it is a organizational issue that
It's
they
a
have.
mentality.
And they haven't changed it since the beginning of the game. But to that point, what reason do they have? People are still spending money. The communication has been forced for 4 years now, and they still continue to make money hand over fist. Right?
Well,
so what is their incentive to change?
Yeah.
They're not given an incentive to change right now. People continue to spend. So
yeah, there's probably a large section of the whales in this game that don't read the forums, that don't read Reddit, that don't watch YouTube, and just throw money at them because it's like, you know, I can play this on my break at work.
You know,
I mean, I hate to say it that way, but I mean that I know there's a couple guys at my work that do that.
Listen, I mean, CG's bottom line is to make profit. I get it, right? And I have no problem with them making profit.
I'll be back.
Making profit. But if you're going to make that kind of money, right? And I always think about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft has had issues, and they've had problems with some of their releases and stuff like that, but they've always done a fantastic job communicating and doing what they can for the community. You know, the game's run its course. There's not as many people. It's still got a really solid fan base for it. I mean, God, they have their own con, for Christ's sake. You know, it tells you how big that game is. Blizzard Con is ridiculous. And maybe not as many people are playing it, but, I mean, throughout that game's history, I mean, you can look at that model for a company that made a fortune, but communicated with its players and listened to its players and took ideas and, you know, it's just something, a model you can look at. I actually wrote a paper about this and compared, you know, World of Warcraft and their business model and practices and communications and just down the line to Capital Games. I actually did that as a paper for one of my advanced classes. And it was a communication class for business, right? And I think CG, if you're listening, and I don't know if they listen, and I hope, you know, they do once in a while still tune us in. I know a while ago they did, and you know, when I rant on CG, it's because I'm passionate about the game. My main focus has always been the community. It will always be the community. If I'm going to have these people that I am the voice of, and you're the business, I'm always going to side with the community. It's just like where I am. Now, sometimes the community is wrong, and I'll be the first one to say you're wrong and CG's right. But when you have no communication and then you do something, I have to interpret it, right? And if I have nothing to fall back on, I have to look at the facts and then look at the product that you're putting out. And if I'm going to have the community looking toward me saying, should I do this or do that or do this, I have to look at what you're demonstrating as what your main goal is as compared to the players. So, CG, if you want us to be more positive about your game, get us more involved. I guarantee you that involvement in help the company go up. Lots of things positive trend that way, and it's all about communications. And don't be afraid to communicate. It may not be popular and it may not be easy, but if you're truthful and honest and you give the community and you show that you're listening and you have them involved, they will respect that. They may not like what you have to say, but at least they will respect you. Sometimes you have to say stuff that's not popular. And again, I go back to the manager analogy. Sometimes you have to tell an employee, hey, you're not doing a good job, or blah, 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 and things of that nature. It's not easy, but you still have to do it. But you can do it in a way that, gets the point home, right? It doesn't have to be confrontational. So, CG, if you're listening, really, we've offered our services. I would be more than glad to do anything I could to help this game. But I'm not going to be hindered. I'm going to give you my honest, raw opinion about stuff that I see ahead of time. Will I ever reveal it? No. Will I ever leak it? No. But, CG, if you really want people that do YouTube and stuff like that to look at stuff and give you their honest opinion, you have to be able to say, give us your honest opinion, right? Don't hold back. Because you want to do a good product. And if I look at something, I tell you ahead of time before you put it out that it's garbage and give you the reasons why and give you got to take that. You can't sit there and have your feelings hurt and be afraid to communicate, right? So there you go. All right, we've done this enough. I want to shout out all the skewers in there. Let's see here. Let me look here. Let's start from the top. And we did have a donation from Paul Bracamonte. He said, good job staying inside, nerds. Strong work. That's right. We all are nerds here. I'm proud of my nerd.
You can skip mine, Ranger. Mine was for Grande.
Which one? The first one? Oh, you said I Poppy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grande has felt this. He was supposed to be here, but I'm sure he's got some stuff happening. So, JTB's first one here says, when's the next artwork Q&A? I'm sure it's coming down the pipe. But we're glad to have you here. Yuta says, happy Tuesday all. Hope all is well and everyone's still staying safe. Yeah, staying safe. Washing your hands. Sometimes you have to go out to the grocery store, things of that nature. Just keep your social distancing. You'll be fine. Dr. Feelgood's here. He's the one that makes you feel all right with the pickle hype and the RSG and all that good stuff. Thank you for being here. Dr. Buck FU says, happy Tuesday. A couple hours of RSG and then Zoom meetings for 4 hours. At least the day is starting off well. Well, we're glad to get your day starting off on the right foot. Grab some coffee, sit back and relax. Dr. Buck, we got you covered. Revenator's here. He says, happy Twin Tuesday. No, it's Taco Tuesday. Not everything's Eternal Twins, Revenator. I'm really starting to worry about you, man. Jason Hummel, my man, here says, hey, everyone. He's got all the emojis going. Very nice. Well done. Moz is here. Hey, Moz. Hey, Moz. Darson 1972 says, happy Tuesday. Wolfell says, happy Taco Tuesday. Darth Vader's 87 says, hello there. Glad to have you guys here. My man Silverbolt's here with the wave and the rain and the spittle and the gloves. Oh boy, keep your social distancing there, going Silverbolt. My man Fourth Akagi, Minato Namikaze's here, says, what's up, Ranger? What's going on with you, homie? G. My man. Jaeger says, good evening. Good evening to you, my friend. Bill Ritz says, to hi to Maz. You got to say it like I did. Like, hey, Maz. Hey. What else? 73's here. He says, hello. Bone. 18 Bone. Says, morning. Stream with Cubs today. I'm hopeful. He hasn't responded to me. I'm sure he's busy. He had to see his brother-in-law and stuff yesterday. So, he wants to do something. So I'll figure out what's going on. I'll message him here after this and say, hey, it may be another day, but, yeah, so I'd love to do something with Cubs. I'm always, and you guys don't know that he said on the string yesterday. So, he's doing the same workout I'm doing, so I've got him, but he hurt his back, so I'm waiting for him to recover, and I've taken a day or two off because I got this blister the size of Texas on my hand that's recovering, so I can't lift and do stuff because it opens up and it's a pain in the ass. Can't heal if it's constantly being aggravated. But yeah, we're doing the same workout and stuff. So we'll see if we can do something with Cubs. I would love to do something with old Cubs. Gap P says, happy toasty. We don't have tacos and Blighty. Tuesday, RSG Peeps. Safe and sanitized pickle time for all. That's right. Sanitize your pickles. If you're going to whip them out, you can use them. Make sure you're sanitized and keep social distancing. Takedown game, Zalo Takedown, the Center Jedi says, hey everyone, still working this poop schedule. Hope you're all doing great. We are doing great. We hope you're doing great as well. Again, be safe out there, Zalo. We know you're doing stuff. Keep your social distancing, my friend. Wash your hands religiously. TJ Torn Jack says, what's up, RSG? What's going on with you? Slasher and Rhodes, they can take whatever they want. Doesn't change how bad this event is after a 4-month wait. I agree with you, Slasher and Rhodes. Listen to Finn says, Fourth Okage. I do listen to Finn. I have to. I have no choice, whether I like to or not. Buzzsaw VG is here. Slap Meathead says, hey, all glad to have you here. Here comes the rooster. Oh, yeah. He says, hey there, hi there, ho there, skewers. Howdy ho to you, my friend. Moss Mikey's here. Glad to have you here, my friend. Who else is here? Darson 1972. I think I said that. Yep, smash that like button, Rooster. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It really helps us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Just saying hi to everybody who's here. We'll get your questions in a little bit. Blade Liger's here. So CG is acting like a spoiled kid, not getting its way, and they need a good spanking. Well, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I would punch. I don't.
Just make sure you wash your hands first.
Yeah, social distancing. I can't do that right now.
What you do is you just use a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, use the gloves or something. Paul Brockamatsu, my man, is here. Let's see, anybody else? I'm just looking for anybody. Foreigner! He's here. Good to have you here, my friend.
Durkin.
I'm not
Durgan says,
that.
I don't touch anybody else.
Don't read that. God, you're creepy, man. That's why we love you, but god damn, you're creepy.
That's hilarious, though.
You broke Cubs, you bastard. Well, he did that to himself. I just gave the exercises, but yeah, I think he was using the kettlebell exercise. We both have kettlebells, and laid out we're doing the 300 workout, and I think he went to lift it, and he twinged his back. You could see it in his face yesterday. His back was a little bit not feeling good, and I have back problems. That's why I wear a brace now when I exercise, because I mean, I've had times where, not even when I'm working out, like I've gone up, I remember one time my back went out, I literally woke up in the middle of the night, went to go use the bathroom, something twinged, and I literally dropped to my knees. I mean, the pain can be excruciating, so it's not a fun feeling, guys, so.
Well, that's also part of getting old as well, so.
It's not old, it's more, that's true, that is a little bit part of it, but it's more about wear and tear that I've suffered, right, from military. And I've got to set my appointment. I've got to go see the VA.
All those years of carrying 80 pounds of gear.
A lot more than that, let me tell you, man. A lot more than that, trust me. But yeah, it wears on you. Durgan, Jesus. I still can't get over that. You're so awful. All right, we're going to get to our roster, but before we do that, I've got to do some mod depression, right? And if you guys are new, this is where Ranger J, 1999, being the mongrel idiot and hopeful dumbass that he is, decides to go and roll mods and see if he can get better mods, and it almost exceedingly goes wrong. So I've got some mods, we're going to roll them. I've got this square here. I picked this up from just pulling mods.
I don't know. I'm getting a good vibe today, Ranger. I think you might actually get a decent roll today.
Well, let's see, because we got this first gold one. It's a +5 speed. It's a square. We're going to roll it all the way up because it's got 5 speed. Well, we'll go 12 because we'll see what it hits. And okay, it hit 9. I mean, it's a gold mod. I'll keep it because there's always characters I need to put mods on. So, Christ. All right, where else do we got here? Did you have any purples? No, I didn't pull any purples. Let's see, no blues. We have a couple greens. Let's see if the greens hit. It's already got defense on it, Grim. That's not a good sign.
Uh-oh. Come on.
I got 4 speed.
Actually, don't roll speed. Let's try reverse psychology. Don't roll speed.
This one got a 13 on it. Or I'm sorry, 9. So it's a green. So that's got some possibilities. All right, we'll keep that. That's working out all right. All right, so one's got some hopes, dreams, things of that nature. All right, next one. Nope, didn't hit anything. Damn it. All right, let's go to these gray ones, and then we'll upgrade these to 12 and see if we get any 5-speed. That's all I care about is 5-speed. Nope, that didn't hit. Next one, upgrade.
Exo asks, is stream elements not working?
We're having some issues with that. So, I mean, sometimes it plays, sometimes it doesn't. So, some of the new ones haven't been popping over. So, the old ones, like, the panty one, things of that nature works. But we got to go through and see what's going on. There's a lot of buggy stuff happening right now. Twitch, it works fine. It'll play over in Twitch. But, yeah. So, there's a lot of crazy stuff. All right, let me just put that there.
Yeah, I am liking that new ability to sell a mod after you've rolled it up and been like, "Oh, this is trash. Sell."
Yeah, I'm not spending it. Okay, that's a 3-speed. It's protection, but no protection secondary. That's crap. Last one. Go to 12. See what we get. Nope, nothing. So we can sell this crap. I just do it this way anyway. It's just what I'm used to doing. Yeah, let's sell that. All right, so we've done mod depression. All right, Billrit, I know you were hoping for Grande's monkey ass to be here to do your roster review, but Grande has failed us once again. So let me switch over.
Yeah, I was mostly just looking to see what he would say. Like, say, Grande, I gave you my account today. What do you do first?
I know.
Because we already know what Ranger says.
Yeah. We'll take a quick look. Just you can ask a couple questions. We'll get right into it real quick. We'll just take a quick glance and we'll save the Grande stuff for when we can do it. So there we go. All right, let's switch to this. There he is, Papi Chulo, in the Phantom Order. Shout out to the Guild Phantom Order. Hey, doing great in Arena, and you're doing great in Fleet. Very nicely done, my friend.
Oh, can I give a quick shout out to my guild? Ever since joining Phantom Order, we have been undefeated in territory wars.
Well, that's not gonna last, but that's pretty impressive.
Well,
it's like
it lasted up until you talked about it.
Way to ruin it. Way to go.
6 straight wins.
Hey, keep it going, man. Excellent. I donated for the Grande tokens.
Oh yeah, the new tokens one.
Something popped in, but it didn't play the summits if you did. I don't know. And it's not dropping. I just saw it, but it's not dropping. Let me see if I turn Streamlabs off. Turn it back on. Sometimes that helps. We'll see. But yeah, we're having a little bit of technical issues, but yeah. Ranger, you just use your Grande pressure for the review. No, I really don't want to, because if you say Grande too much, you might actually pop in. Let's see here. So, all right. So, looking good, man. I mean, you're looking really good. All right. What are some issues or things you want us to look at? Arena's fine. Fleet's definitely fine, man. Let's go to your characters. Anything you're farming or questions about it or mods? What do you want me to look at, man? We'll look at something real quick.
Mods. I've been pulling a lot of offense mods right now, trying to get mods for my Droidica and also eventually gas. I know my speed mods still need work, but like I said, I've been focusing primarily on offense. As far as characters go,
what are you working on right now?
Maybe just all separatists.
All separatists?
Yeah. Droidica's my current gear.
All right.
I think I've almost got everything at the minimums to at least participate in Phase 4.
Gotcha. Did you already do Phase 2? I'm thinking you did. Because
I have 110 out of 145 shards right now for gas.
Okay, so we just got to get you. So we'll get Jordica. You want the Zeta on there if you can do it. Don't worry about Magna Guard. And then, B1, Asajj, B2. You definitely want that Zeta on Jordica. It just helps with the consist. You can do without it, but some people did it without it. It's a lot harder to do without it. I'm not saying you can't do it, but yeah. But yeah, I'm totally cool with that, man. That's looking really good for your gas. I think if you can get
I have one Zeta currently saved up. I can give it to Droidica right now, but I just wanted to wait until the event actually pops.
No, that's fine. You want to keep hoarding until the event comes, and then I don't think they put it into where you can just do it whenever yet. So when it does come back, you can go ahead and put that on there. Don't worry about Magna Guard. Just he is what he is. But if you want to get Saj in B1, even B2, or Jordica Relict, that's going to make a big difference for you. I mean, yeah, I think you got this, man. I really do. You're gonna need some RNG. You've seen the gas event. You know what you're facing. So the better.
Hey, if you guys want, you guys can try to live stream it and do what you did for Remon.
Well, there's one thing for us to live stream it, where you just share your screen. There's a whole nother thing with Remon where we actually had to go in and fix everything, and then.
Well, I promise you won't have to fix my mods, really.
But yeah, that was. Oh my god. We just didn't have enough time. I think if I had been given enough time to just sit there and just attack it again and again, I maybe been able to do it, but he just didn't have the mods for it. And I keep pounding him about that. Like, you've got to keep farming speed mods, man. That was the one thing. He didn't have critical avoidance arrows.
I've got a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean, so it made our job a lot harder. We got through phase 2 and got to phase 4. We didn't have enough time, and he just didn't have the mods and the characters geared to do it. So if he wants us to do it again, we'll do it. But I mean, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So
yeah, I watched most of that stream. I couldn't watch all of it, but yeah. Definitely no crit avoidance was just like, ugh.
Yeah. So, all right. All right. So Separatists are coming along great. They're looking fine. What else, my friend?
Maybe just more tweaking for defensive teams, because I find myself running short on defensive teams now that I've been in Division 2 versus what people are able to place for me, because I have to tend to save for a higher offense. So maybe shoring up better defensive.
Bounty Hunters are fine to use on defense. I think using your Night Sisters, let's look at them as a good team on defense. They're a little weak. You can use them as a backline team. Don't use them as a frontline team. I use them as a frontline team, but yours are not quite there. But if you need a filler team, that's one. Let's look at your first order. I was thinking of some teams that I use for defense that...
How far away are you from getting Darth Revan?
He has Darth Revan, don't you?
No, I do not have Darth Revan. I'm actually slowly... I've been... Yeah, that's one thing that really hurts me.
So you're getting gas first and then going back for Darth Revan? I'm totally fine with that.
Yes, I am.
See, that'll help you out tremendously.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that'll help you out tremendously, because you'll get the Old Republic that you can put down for defense, and then you'll have the Sith Empire team that you can use for offense. So that'll be two teams right there.
I have the star levels on everybody except for Canderous.
Yeah, just keep farming.
He's what I'm currently farming right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cantina. And once he's done, then I'll start gearing them up. But I just wanted to make sure I had my gas done.
Focus on gas first.
Yeah, that's a good reason. That's a good reason.
How much Get One do you have at the moment?
Hey, Nathan, 34,000.
How much?
Roughly around 34, I think.
Okay, keep saving that up so you can just take them to 7 stars, and then as you work towards your Darth Revan and Malik team, then you can start saving up as well. And I think that's totally fine. If you get those two teams rounded up, Darth Revan with Malik and then Gas, work on those for a little bit, and then really you'll be in a position, then you can start thinking about Galactic Legends. But, yeah, you've got enough teams here. I think you just have to be more offensive minded. Just look at your stuff. You can put some stuff like Bounty Hunters, First Order Down, things of that nature. But just be cognizant of the fact that you don't have as much depth as, say, like my account does. You have to be a little bit particular about that. But, you could go with a thing where you put a couple weak teams in the back, play your better teams like Bounty Hunters, things of that nature that you're not going to use for offense in the front. So they'd lose banners, so that you can go in with your offensive powerhouse teams, which you've got quite a few. Your Jedi Revan, your Padme, those kind of teams. Not having Darth Revan or Gas is going to hurt you a little bit, so let's slow down on doing anything but working on those characters and teams. But yeah, focus mainly on offense. So you're going to be running to people that do have Darth Revan, but you've got your Padme team. So yeah, just think more offense.
The funny part is, I don't even use Padme to kill DR. I use my Jedi.
Sure. Whatever team you use, right?
I use Padme to kill Gas. Because that's how he's modded right now.
Yeah. That's however you're doing it is fine, right? But you're going to have, until you get these teams rounded out, like, getting your Darth Revan team, the Old Republic, to get Malik, that's going to give you an additional team that you can put down on defense. It's easily counterable, but again, it's there to waste teams, right? and then you've got Darth Revan, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. The GAC will work itself out, right? And you're not going crazy with your GP by doing that, right? You're being focused with your GP, and that's going to give you help in the long run. All right, what else do you want us to look at, my friend?
Yeah, no, I'm slowly working on Night Sisters just because of gas, having to build up a Saj. Slowly wanting to get back into the First Order team, because that team used to get me a bunch of defensive wins, not anymore. But I kind of wanted to get it at least somewhat defense viable.
It's okay. It's not where it needs to be, but the thing you're gonna have to make a decision on once we get the Old Republic and your Darth Revan team done, and then finishing up your gas and working on him, because you have to work on the 501st, right? It's gonna take a little time. So we'll come back to First Order or Resistance, whichever one you want to go to. But let's get your overall roster rounded up first before we start worrying about Galactic Legends. It's when I tell you that it is an all-in thing, I'm not joking. I finally got all the cryotechs I need, but now I have to get like these little dinky pieces that I just didn't have enough of. So I'm like farming them slowly, and they're hard to get. They're not in the weekly shipment like they usually are, so I can't use crystals to get them. So I'm having to use, Fleet is where mainly you get these from. The purples and these gold pieces to go to Relic. It's a pain in the ass, dude. So let's stick to rounding out your roster first, and then when you're ready to go for Galactic Legend, we'll pick one. And it doesn't really matter whichever one you want to work on, whether it's First Order or Resistance, whichever one you want to go for. But once you make that decision, man, you got to go all in.
I'll probably do First Order just because I do not want to relic freaking Rose.
I'm telling you, man, I did a relic turn, and I felt vomitous. But it's like I look at it like
the better character, but I just do not want Rose.
It's one of those things where I think both the Galactic Legends are going to be really, really, really good. I think Rey's going to be just a little bit better, but that's not saying that Kylo's not going to be extraordinary, especially with his ultimate ability. I think it's going to be fine for everybody that goes for Kylo. I still think Rey's going to be better overall, but slightly. But
yeah, we'll have to see what the combinations of characters people use with them, because they have a lot of stuff to choose from for both of them.
I look at what I have to do for Rose as just a stopgap for what I have to do to get Rey, right? I'm not going to use her, kiss my ass, It's just one of the things, those necessary evils that I have to do in order to attain what I need to do and want to do, right? So,
and here Finn was wanting everybody to go for Amilyn Holdo for his Relic 7 character.
So,
and I mean, she is a good character. Don't get me wrong.
Actually, pretty solid with the Rey team because she's a tank, and because of Rey's abilities, she becomes really beefy and stuff. Loki was showing that yesterday. That Holdo is really, really pretty decent.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, Rose, her kid is really good, but it's nowhere
fine.
near as good as it used to be before they nerfed the hell out of Finn.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is.
But,
it's just one of those things that you have to.
Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. This one we lost some.
All right. Anything else, my friend? We've got a good plan. You're still following the course of action laid out. You're doing a great job. Anything else you want us to look at?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay. All right. So, if you have any questions, man, you can always hit us up. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. I talk to Fendi on the daily.
Mm-hmm. So, there you go. And we do that for anybody we do a roster review for, and we do it for anybody that we haven't done a roster review for. If you just have questions about the game, this is what we do. And if you would like a roster review from RSG, all you need to do is send your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg page to Affinity in our Discord, FINITY. Make sure you include your GG page and then write out what you want us to look at. Give Finn a day or two to respond, especially now he's really busy. If he doesn't respond, then send him another message. He will respond, and when he does, make sure that he says that you are in the queue. Then he'll get with you later on. You'll pick a date and time. It's about a week wait right now. We'll pick a date and time that works for you, and then we'll do your roster review, and you'll know what day it is. So in case you can be there, you want to be in the Zoom call like Papa Chulo here. If you want to, if you can't be with us, at least in the chat, you need at least know what day it is, so you can go in and you can go back and watch it, and then you can see our critiques and things that we want you to work on, things of that nature. And then you can ask us questions afterwards, like we do for everybody. Saying, hey, you say this. What do you mean by this? I'm working on this. What do you think? This is what we do. This is why I love this community. We all look out for one another. So there you go, Papachulo. No grande.
Oh, I do have a quick question.
Yes.
Since you still have my separatists up on the screen, you can see that new Gunner's Gear 11 and Watts. Well, at least Gear 10. But do you think I can afford to try to Gear 12 my Newt and get the Zeta on him just for GOTB purposes?
I do your Grievous first, honestly, because Geos are their own.
Grievous
team.
is considerably better choice for that, and maybe Gear 11 Watt.
Yeah, because you can use the Grievous team on offense and defense. Geos you can use for offense or defense. You've got the Geo team pretty solid. If you can get your Grievous up, get Metal Monstrosity on, and then use him with Magna, B2, B1, and then put Watt in. Even Watt with 5 stars still is a pain in the ass to deal with.
I mean, you could look into dropping a Zeta on Newt, because Newt is still pretty good at Gear 11 with his Zeta. But I mean, Grievous is a must.
So I do Grievous. Leave Newt alone for right now. Same thing with Dooku. Get your Jordica squared away. Grievous. I mean, that's going to help you overall more than with that. And then Gear 11 Newt and Dooku is fine for TB and other stuff for right now. We're about a Zeta and stuff later. Let's get these other characters that are a little bit more key to what you're working on. Like Jordica is key to gas. Grievous is just for the droid team period, and you're working on Watt already, and Watt's already got his Zeta, so that's already a bonus there. So that's what I would do. Anything else?
Yeah, that Watt Zeta was definitely one I not regret.
No, it's a great Zeta. I loves it.
I've gotten so many 60 banner victories from that Zeta. It's just
he's great on offense and he's great on defense. He really is.
He's still on my arena team.
He's so damn good. Yeah, Watt's a good. He's a great character. All right. With that, we're going to get back into the game, and we're going to get to your questions. So let's get to some questions. Let me flip this over. There we go. We got the game. We got rewards coming up soon for TW. Let me look real quick. When's payout? 6 minutes. Yeah. So we'll see what I get from rewards here. I got 7 hours left for that. Okie dokie in the pokey. Let's get into this. Let me look here. Questions. Let's looky what we can find here. Gappy says, question, did you see T's Money stream? Looks like she's talking directly to CG Crumb about it. No, I have not seen that, Gappy. I mean, I'll have to go look at that. So I try to watch as many videos from all the other, the other streamers as I can. I can only cover so much. When they're streaming and stuff. So, I'll try to support them as much as I can. So I'll have to go check that out. I'm just behind. Darson 1972 question. I love this game. Will continue to play. Why can't we all admit CG doesn't care? They're on autopilot for the duration of how long this game lasts. They're doing the least amount of work. Oh, you're not going to get any arguments from me there. I mean, I can't speak.
I'm back.
I can't speak toward what CG's true intentions are because I don't talk to them, so I can't give you anyway. But yeah, their actions speak louder than any words. And since they're not communicating, we can only speculate. Could be wrong. Maybe they just do care and suck at what they do in communication wise. But I don't know. I mean, your point's valid. I can't give you a one way or the other. Welcome back, Finn. I hope everything went well. Question: have you tried the new Disney Star Wars Galaxy Heroes clone? It has a ton of features that SWGOH players have asked for, and better graphics, animation, etc. And the IP is solid, but very expensive for pay to play. I have not looked at that. Have you looked at that, Finn? The new clone? What is this clone?
I've seen it. I've been watching Spartan on Twitch playing it, and it looks pretty neat, but I just don't feel like getting into another game similar to this one.
No.
It's a cool looking one, but they don't have Baymax in it, so no thank you.
Not yet. He's going to be DLC later. So.
I've been playing it with Lunary, and it is a lot of fun. And can I enter a shameless self-promotion? My club needs people. My club needs people to join. Please, join.
Well,
there you go.
Players out there, hit Papachulo.
Galaxy's Heroes.
There you go.
Search club.
There you go. Revenator, we already did that one. Dr. Buck FU says, question, what's the most tacos you've eaten in one sitting? God, I've eaten a buttload one time.
It depends where you get the tacos.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
3 party packs from Taco Bell.
God damn.
That was when I was a teenager, man.
Jesus
when I went
Christ.
to Mexico, when I was in Cancun, there was like this little hole-in-the-wall taco place. And I went with a group for a conference. And we were told about this place by somebody that had visited before. We went there. Freaking like 50-cent tacos. And I think I ended up eating 20 of them because I spent like $10 worth.
That's a lot of tacos.
There. So it was like 20 tacos.
Yeah,
but they weren't like huge, right? So it depends on the size of the taco.
Yeah,
these were like small tacos.
The
just
Mexican
like
restaurant that I went to in Atlanta or here in Birmingham, they're very specific. A lot of times I get the mole and other stuff. But once in a while I'll have tacos, but they're so big. Like they're huge, right? So, but I think regular sized tacos, I mean, I can't remember like how many I've actually eaten in one sitting. But I've been dieting for a while and stuff, so I don't know. I have to go back and think about that, but I can eat a lot. I just choose not to.
Yeah, like back when I was a teenager, man, I used to eat.
I used to eat.
But
like,
I was doing competition eating and stuff back when I was in high school.
I was doing sports, man.
You know,
after football practice, man, we would pig out on stuff like that.
Like that would be the only meal I'd eat during the day. Was just one big meal, and like be able to down 2 large pizzas by myself and make everybody around me go, oh. It was fun times. All
right, Revenator question. Do you think at CG headquarters they have viewings and saved clips of some of Rangers' best rants that they watch for fun? Or is this picture up on their dartboard demonstrating LITPH? I kind of lean toward the second. Yeah, a little bit of both, yeah.
I'm going to say both.
A little bit of both. They both love and hate me at the same time. Doesn't matter. I got my girl crazy excuses over there. I once in a while I say hi to her and stuff, and I'm still in her Discord, and I check in once in the blue moon, and I can't. I think the world are crazy.
Yeah, she's been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight here recently, so
yeah, I think Crazy is fantastic. So yeah,
she's awesome.
Yeah, she is good people, and there's good people over there. Don't get me wrong. There's good people at CG. I just think their decision making is questionable. Grande, very good question. Why do YouTube notifications suck balls? Finn, why are the balls being sucked by YouTube right now?
Because there's so many people freaking streaming and making videos and all that kind of stuff right now. So
well, also because there's no actual people over at YouTube right now. It's all being run by the bots. Yeah. So I mean, the bots weren't good before, and now they're having to rely on them. So.
A lot of issues with YouTube going on.
We have been tagging people in Discord when we put the links up. So keep your eyes peeled on Discord for that.
All right, let's see here. Buzzsaw VG question. Ranger and I are completely on the same page today. Should I be concerned? No, that means your brain is working correctly because I'm all about critical thinking, my friend. Vaughn.
Well, wouldn't that also mean that he's like receiving like secondhand brain damage?
From me? No. From you? Yes. Mr. 3-party pack taco eater. Get out of here.
I can't do that anymore, man.
No, you'd probably have a stroke. Bond. 18 Bond. Question. But still, is it still worth it if you're a month or so off Jedi Knight Revan? Yeah, it's still worth it. I still use Basil all the time in events and GAC. Mm-hmm. I mean, you saw me just
Grievous.
I mean, she is against Grievous, man. I love it. I love it. I use it in TW. I mean, I don't go Jedi Knight Revan because mainly I just use it for Grievous. Now, if I'm using it against another team, then I'll go, Jedi Knight Revan. But Basila, just I can't say enough good stuff about that one. You'll still get a lot of good use out of that.
There's actually a pretty nice little cheese with Basila lead against Darth Revan. If they do not have the HK Zeta, you can use Basila lead with less than optimal speed mods and actually get the jump on them.
Nice.
From the 20% turn meter gain.
Oh, somebody just yelled. What was that? Hey!
Yeah, that was my mom yelling at our dog.
Oh, boy. It's a frightening sound she just made there. And our
And
Wilson.
on that note, I'm gonna leave again for good now. Now I have a meeting.
Go get your meeting done, Finn. We know you're busy.
Bye,
with it.
Finn.
Good luck, Finn.
Let's see here. And our Wilson question for TW. I hate Padme walls. What walls do you guys hate fighting? I don't really have one. I mean, we're pretty much set with counters and stuff. I think one that's been it's a nuisance is the Grievous Watt one, but if you know what you're doing with your Jedi Revan team, it's not that bad. I'm trying to think what are the other walls that we face. I mean, if they put Padme down, we just smile because our Darth Revans go in. I'm trying to think of like for TW for us. I mean, I'm in a different situation because we've seen it all, we've played it all, we know what it's going to be, right? I mean, there's no variation that we haven't seen yet. Now, once in a while, when something happens where we see something like we weren't expecting it, it's like, wait a minute. What is this? Yeah, that's when we kind of get tripped up a little bit. But for pretty much like if we see a Padme wall, we know what to do. If we see a Grievous wall, we know what to do. Or a gas wall or a Darth Revan wall. I mean, we just, Geos.
I think the main one that we don't like the most is when we end up getting like in Fleet getting the negotiator wall, because that one's a pain.
Yeah, it's a pain. It's kind of like the Grievous team. I mean, even though you have, you know what you're doing, it's still RNG on that sucker is ooh,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty brutal. So you have to be very particular and know what you're doing. But once you do, you get comfortable with it. When you face the stuff enough, you just get comfortable with it. So there's nothing that makes me uncomfortable. And for us, we even, if I fail, I let people know. Like I like not this TW, but the one before, I was facing Grievous, and I wiped out everybody but Grievous. It came down to me, and he did a big hit, or he killed my Jolie, and then I had Yoda, Bastila, and Hermit Yoda left, and I thought I could take him, but I didn't. I had a dodge that landed. I was like, oh no. Buddy, what are you doing down here? Come here, you. Buddy, did you come here to say hi to everybody? Let's get you on the stream. Oh, it's buddy time. Hi, buddy. Buddy's here. Let's get you on the camera. Yes, we have to do it, buddy. That's right. When Buddy shows up, we have to get Buddy on here. Yeah. There he is. There's my buddy. There's Buddy. Oh. You just wanted some love. You just popped in and say, hey, everybody, I'm Buddy. Everybody say hi to Buddy. Say hi, Buddy. Hi, Buddy. Yeah. Say hi there, Buddy.
I will give you forever to stop that, he says.
Oh, he loves this. He's a pet monger. I mean, he is a total pet monger, aren't you? You are a big old baby, aren't you? You're all about me. Me. I'm Buddy. And it's all about me. Let me see if I can highlight my video here so we can spotlight the Buddy. There he is. There's Buddy. Arr. Are you growling at me? I'm giving you love. Let's see what people are saying about you in the chat. Let's see if there's any Buddy love out there. Yep, there's the Buddy love. Look at all those people saying hi to you, Buddy. The Buddy love. That's right. It's Buddy time. What do you think, Buddy? You liking the Buddy love? You getting popular? Buddy's running for president in 2020. Buddy, what's your campaign strategy? Anything? More pets, more bones, equal opportunity for dogs, anything like that? You don't care. You're just like, I don't care that you're streaming. Just pet me, bitch. That's right. I know.
T-bones for everyone.
He sees himself in the mirror. He's trying to, what's happening here? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. See, everybody loves you too, buddy. You're popular. What? You trying to get my water? You get away from my water. It's spotting my water. What are you doing? You big poo? Huh? What are you doing? Buddy. Let's see if we can get some questions. Let's see. Ranger, can you move over and make room for Buddy? Well, I mean, there's so much room here on the chair, and he likes this. He likes me to hold him like this and scratch his chest and pet his head, and then he uses his paw there. You can see he'll grab my arm. Right, Buddy? Right? You're just so happy right now. Yes, you're a happy boy. You're a very happy boy. All right, I'm going to try to get to the questions again here. Let's see here. Exos' question: is there any point of leveling the abilities of Rose and other Galactic Legends required tunes? Rose, no. Resistance Pilot, no. I think like
I mean,
the new
probably
fans,
just enough
Holdo,
to.
yeah, I use Stick Ray a lot, so hers are done. I mean, most of them are done. I put their Zetas on. I did put the new Zetas on Finn and Poe. What are you doing, you big stinky boy?
Well, I mean, it would also depend on if you're having a hard time with
What
the
are you
phase that
doing?
requires them, you know?
Buddy, I'm trying to do the stream here and pet you at the same time, but you're not making it easy. You're such a douche. You're such a douchey boy. Just look at you. You are pathetic. You are so pathetic. Look at you. Let's get to some more questions, huh? What do you think, buddy? Can we get some more questions? Let's get to some more questions here. Let me put that up. All right. Bad Rongo question. What did the icon next to my name turn into? I have no idea. I can't see it right now. It means you've leveled up.
It's the RSG logo, the eye.
Oh.
From the RSG logo.
Very nice. All right. Gav P. Question: do tacos count as one of your 5 a day? No, not me. No. That does not work. Maybe for Grim.
Nah, not really. I can't get away with that anymore.
Revenue question: it's Taco Tuesday. How many tacos do you think the Eternal Twins could eat in one sitting? A lot. I mean, there's 2 of them. Grande Verga question: why does Urs hate crazy excuses? I was not aware that he did, and would have no insight knowledge of why that would be the case. Buddy, why are you being so fidgety?
Good question.
Take your pets like a man. Take it like a man, buddy. That's right. You're a movie star. Look at all the popularity you're getting, buddy. That's right. You just don't care. You're just like, pet me, love me, hold me. That's right. You're such a douche. All right. Let's see here. There's another question here from the Axeman. Oh, wow, that's a big yawn. The Axeman's question: has anyone got to the point to unlock any of the ultimate abilities on either character? Sorry if you've already been asked. No, this is a great question. Loki is at that point now. I know a few whales have gotten the ultimates done already. But I know Loki will be showing it. He's got to the ultimate thing. He has to save up stuff, and we'll probably show that fight and him working on it. But I think it's like 70 a pop, and you have to get 700 tickets in total to do 10 battles to get the ultimate ability. That's right, Mr. Buddy. That's right, buddy. And you have to use your right for that event. So that's the thing that really sucks more. I didn't talk about this. Like, what, buddy? But you're looking at yourself in the camera there? Yeah, that's you. That's you, buddy. So when you go into tier 4, 5, and 6, it's your ray that you use. So that means you have to level her, put the Zetas on, all that crap to go beat that, which sucks.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. So, yeah, buddy, you're such a poo-poo head. I'm trying to do stuff, and you're trying to lick my hand to get me to pet you more. Let's see. Nathan H. question: what are you looking for in a crit avoidance mods? Defense stats, big time. This is what I look for. Some speed. I usually kept the ones that had speed, but like crit avoidance, like protection and defense, or defense and tenacity. Those are really nice, right? You get those defense stats because you're typically going to put them on something you want to not take damage. So having those extra stats on it is what you're looking for. Darsign 1972 question: now that the Galactic Legends are out, how long until we hear anything from CG? Can't wait to see if they do a Q&A remotely. Oh, your guess is as good as mine on that. I don't know. You gotta face the fire, man. People are upset. They're upset about this event. But just talk about it.
Hey, maybe the next time we hear from them, they're gonna reveal that little extra special thing that they were talking about in the last time they talked to us. They said they had something special in store for us, so I hope it's something good.
You're such a poo-poo head. Yes, I'm petting you, buddy. I'm trying to help the streamers out, and I'm trying to take care of you as well. That's right.
I'm still waiting for these events that they promised that were gonna keep us entertained for all this coronavirus.
Moss says you're a fluffy, buddy. You are
staying inside, and we still haven't received
we haven't
those.
even got that. All right. Gav P. Let's see if there's any other ones. Let's see. Question: Are CG secretly clairvoyant geniuses who foresaw that 3-month coronavirus lockdown and put together a farm to keep us busy while they're on lockdown and able to make more content? I don't think they saw that at all. That would be some.
I wouldn't be surprised
stuff.
if they did that.
So I'm having to turn so I can get the questions here because of old buddy here. Belrit question: Where's Hondo? I don't know. Where is he? Where's he, Belrit?
You're supposed to do that in the "Where's Poe" voice.
What's the deal with Hondo? I want to know, buddy. Where is he, buddy?
Thank you.
Let's see here. Nathan H. question: Will any of you try the new Lego game? I'm not interested in that.
I've been tempted to try it out, but I just haven't had enough time to do it.
Moss question: Is Buddy friendly to strangers? Yes, he is. He is the biggest wuss. He will bark and bark and bark, but then he'll come up, and then if you pet him, he will basically he. Oh yeah, Moss. If you came to visit, Buddy would be your new friend. Like as soon as you pet him, like he'll be all over you. He will just sit in your lap, and he'll like use his head to make sure you're petting him constantly. Right, Buddy? Yeah, you would like Moss. She's nice. Right, you would love anybody that
he will make sure he is the center of attention.
Yes. He'll bring toys to you to play with and stuff. Like, hey, here's a rope. Let's play with it. You know, he'll jump in your lap and stuff like that. He's yeah. All right. Any other questions? I think that is it. Right, buddy? Is it time to end the stream? I think it is. I have stuff to do. Right? You're just yawning and just like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm getting so much attention. It's so hard being at the top of Olympus. Right, buddy? Oh, buddy. Right, buddy? The Emperor here. No clothes. All right. I think that's all the questions. All right. With that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for joining us today. I've got some stuff I got to do. So I think tonight, are you guys doing Human Fall Flat? Or no, I'm sorry, Don't Starve Together?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Before you end it, Ranger, I just want to give a quick shout out to Grande. He gave us an update. He says, Belrit, I'm so sorry, man. I have a sick kid today. I'm taken care of. I'm sorry, friend. I let you down. I made a commitment to be there, and I should have been.
Tell him to shut the hell up. If you have a sick kid, you don't have to explain yourself. Just say sick kid, and we're like...
Well, I'm glad that he at least said something, and so thank you for that, Grande.
Grande's a good guy. But hopefully your kid's okay, Grande. I mean, I hope it's just something not bad. Jesus. Right, buddy?
Hopefully it's the regular bug, not the new bug.
Don't you get growly with me. Don't you get growly with me. Don't you get crazy with me. You gonna get crazy with me? That's right. Get crazy. That's right. You're getting Don't you get crazy with me. Don't you get crazy with me. Don't you show your teeth at me. Yeah, that's right. All right, so we're going to end this here. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you so much for being here, buddy. Say goodbye. Say bye. I'm grabbing a Ranger even though I'm a big pussy. That's right. That's right, buddy. You give him the growl. Ouchie said hi, buddy. You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? You gonna talk to her? You gonna talk to her? Say hi? Huh? You gonna say hi? Nope, you just gave up as soon as I started petting your head. Oh, big yawn from Buddy. There you go. All right, so we're going to call this one done. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure you guys are doing your social distancing. Make sure you're washing your hands. Remember, we got to look out for one another out there, folks. So be safe. We don't want any of you guys catching the stuff. And if you do, take the precautions and get the help that you need. So on behalf of myself, Buddy, and the crew, have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you tonight for hopefully some Don't Starve Together. And then we'll be back for more stuff. And if you need anything, join our Discord. We're always available to answer questions and available to help you guys out. So have a great rest of your day. Me and Buddy say goodbye. Say bye, Buddy. Bye, Buddy. Don't you get crazy with me. I'm going to get you. I'm going to go play with Buddy, gets this energy out of him. Right? That's right. And we're going to go play. All right. So everyone be safe, and we'll holler at you later.